Hey guys, Vol here, and I'm actually going to be commentating on a StarCraft 2 game. Very rare, I know. It's been a lot of tabletop wargaming and so forth lately. But I do jump on StarCraft 2 for the occasional replay, and just lately I've been checking out the IEM, to pronounce it more accurately, World Cup. And that actually featured a final between Moon and Squirtle. Sorry, not Moon and Squirtle, it was Moon and Ace. Quite interesting, because Moon obviously being the Warcraft 3 Pro, dominating Warcraft 3 for some time. And really with StarCraft 2 we've had enough time for all of the Warcraft 3 Pros to sort of come out of the woodwork, and they're against some of the StarCraft 2 guys. And that's sort of been interesting enough for me to actually put things down and come back to StarCraft 2 and check it out again. So here you go, guys. This game is actually not of the IEM, it's a game from the Millennium Cup. Really, I'm just getting these replays off ghostofgamers.net, so I don't really know too much about these tournaments with the players, but I do know that this game features Strelok, who's the green Terran at the top right. This is Zelnaga Caverns, by the way, guys. And according to Ghost of Gamers, the other player is a Protoss by the name Adelscott. I'm just going to call him Adel, which is his nick in this particular game, in this replay anyway. But yeah, he's the orange Protoss in the bottom left. Looking like standard builds for both players so far, nothing too early or too late. And Strelok hasn't put down his, whatchamacallit, add-on for his barracks just yet, just popping out a couple Marines. It's straight into factory. So whether that's quick tanks or quick Hillians, I'm not too sure, but we'll find out very shortly. Having a good look at Adel's base as well, just to make sure he's not really doing anything too cheesy. And there's the Chrono Boost down on the gateway. Going with a Stalker, always useful to have. And this probe is not going to be able to find its way in. Marines waiting for him right there. Been playing a little bit lately, been playing 2-on-2 more than anything. None of the games that I really play are of interest enough to report, otherwise maybe I would do a commentary featuring my own sort of stuff. But did crank out a 1-on-1 game recently. It was alright, it was actually quite a good game, went for about 40 minutes, which is unusual for a StarCraft 2 game in my opinion. But really, if I was to comment on a replay featuring myself, it would just really be pretty low quality, because I'm not really doing much RTS strategy PC gaming these days. Quick Nexus for Adele, and pushing him with Stalker and the Zealot as well. Strelok pulling back with both of his Marines, trying not to trade forces here, and bringing in a few SCVs to help push out, and that's quite nice, bringing in just the right amount of guys off minerals to prevent that from doing any damage. And then his Hellion pops out. So it is Hellions. He's also got and the second barracks going down, and Marauders pumping up now, so it looks like a window of opportunity for him to attack here. And I think maybe Strelok predicting his opponent going quick Nexus after seeing a fully standard build, what have you. 2 extra gateways going down to take advantage of the extra economy that will be produced by the expansion, of course. But here he goes, and Adel not really expecting this, as we can see here. His extra gateways will be a little bit too late. Now Strelok making headway down the map. So what's going to come down to here is really whether Adel can bring in enough troops from those extra gateways to hold this off. Otherwise, it could be lights out for that Nexus, and that really should give Strelok a huge upper hand in this game. Gateway's just coming in now. He's putting down a bunker. Sorry about the lag here, guys. It's my video capture program. I'm having a bit of trouble with the replay. But, oh man, bunker going down. If Strelok can hold this, that's going to mean the Nexus will die for sure. And Force shield going down on the gateway, but not really splitting up Strelok's forces. The only thing that did was actually kept Strelok's forces out of Adel's main, but that also kept Adel out of range of the bunker as well. So he's going to come out late, but he's bringing all of his probes off, well, as many probes as it will take to actually stop this. And will the bunker go up just in time for the Marauders to pop in? But Adel has brought too many troops in to take this out, so it will go down, and he will keep his Nexus intact. So it's going to turn into a bit more of a closer game than I would have thought, actually. In fact, if I had to give one player the upper hand, he would be Adel. Strelok putting down a number of buildings, 2 barracks and 1 starport. That brings him up to 4 barracks in total. Not using the factor anymore, which tells me he's going to be straight for Medivac, MMM, Triple M, shall we say, putting down a bunker as well now, just in case Adel decides to counterattack. I don't think Adel really has the resources to counterattack just yet, but there's the robotics facility. putting out an OBS, so he's going to be content to really try and control this game. He can feel that he's got the advantage, so sending out the OBS to find out what Strelok is up to, and then really make a counter composition army, shall we say. And then after his OBS are out, I'm sure we will be seeing Colossi. There's the second gas for Strelok, so a little bit late. Obviously, he had a timing push there, so this is the point in the game where he catches up on tech and resources. Second command center out with the orbital relay, excuse me, orbital relay up already, giving him plenty of mules. I like this as well, putting down a pylon just beyond the on the hedge there. Always best to do that in this map because your natural is often vulnerable to a sweeping flanking attack there. Sorry to use too much tabletop gaming jargon there, shall we say, but really I'm just talking about the natural being attacked from the flank there behind the blind spot. And if you guys saw that, Strelok heading out with a drop, I think this could be a bit of an equalizer because Strelok, I really feel, is behind. He's got his expansion up way later than Adel has, and Adel has teched up a bit quicker as well. But this medevac, we've got one more order, 6 Marines, easily enough to do a whole world of damage onto Adel's main. And looks like he's got a second dropship moving out as well. Will he be doing a 2-pronged attack? It looks like he might be, because there's some Marines and some Marauders heading off to that southeastern position as well. And here he comes, dropping at the top left of Adel's base, and Stim goes up straight in there. And this is going to do all kinds of damage to the probes, and they're just picking them off left and right. That's about 5 or 6 probes already. He's going straight for the pylon here. It doesn't really have enough time to kill the Nexus, I don't think. So that's a nice little pylon snipe that actually puts all of those gateways out of commission. Oh, nicely rides the minivac to safely into the corner. In the meantime, Adel, having moved all of his forces back home to base, Strelok is able to move in here, picking off that pylon. That's why the pylon's useful, guys. Just to give you an advance warning, Adel's troops back into position before Strelok can do any more damage with a second attack. But here comes the original one back in. You could almost feel this happening, and this is going to mean more probes dead. Just a beautiful little play there by Strelok. He knows he was behind, but he's really pulled it back now with all this really effective harassment, killing the Stalker, which is going to mean the Marines stimming up and killing the probes again, and all those probes dying. Cannot believe it. This is really going to hurt Adel seriously. Oh my god. The medevac nowhere to be seen, but when it's probes against Stim Marines, man, you are really hurting here. And even as troops being picked off left and right, I might even think that Adel may call it right here because this is just too much damage. I guess he does have some probes back. He's got chrono boost, but all this time Strelok's going to be pumping from 5 or 6 barracks. He's building up a couple of bunkers there just for the counterattack, just in case Adel decides to go for a base swap or something like that, which, you know, possibly not too bad of an idea, but Strelok will be ready for him. Quick thinking there. Second Colossi up. Colossi. And man, these medivacs, they don't let up. Strelok's got air superiority here. Unfortunately, with Protoss, the only real thing you can do is maybe put down a lot of cannons or float around with Phoenix if you're trying to get rid of those medivacs, or just have Stalkers in the right position at the right time. Maybe OBS would help, but it's really a lot of big investments and allows the Terran player to sort of control the game a bit. So I'm really stoked to see the Master of Dropships. Well, I'm only going to call him that temporarily. Strelok hasn't really made a name for himself with dropship pushes just yet, I wouldn't think, but really been impressed with the way that he's handled this game. I love it. Attacking the forces as they warp in, causing extra damage, and then just going for the probe line. As soon as he sees the enemy forces in, going straight for the probe line and picking up his troops. Dropship actually being a bit flustered there and not finding the right way around. So a little bit of a misstep by Strelok, but you've got to really appreciate here, the guys, that micromanagement in this situation is very difficult. Strelok no doubt would be macroing his troops back at home, continuing to produce units from his factories, and it's quite hard to sort of keep up the micromanagement with that medevac, and really easy to make a wrong click and lose the medevac. But the amount of damage he's done so far is just really significant. Even a third commander heading out now, I think he'll be going a slow push toward, well, not so much a slow push without tanks, but a bit of a push towards the nearest expansion he can. Factory moving out now, it's got no purpose, it's got no Helions, got no tanks. Nice little pylon there, maybe that's for warping in troops to harass an expansion perhaps. But Strelok still keeping his opponent really just wandering around in circles and not really achieving anything while he picks off little bits and pieces. I think Strelok really has a large enough army to destroy Adel as we speak. Another starport going down. And how many barracks are we up to now? That's 6 that I count, 6, 7, maybe. And the Vikings pumping out now. That's what the second starport is there, sorry. Vikings against the 3 Colossi. Really, that's the Terran's best counter against Colossi, is to have Vikings preferably upgraded, and you've really just got to focus fire them. And if the opponent casts any hallucinations, just try and ignore them. Kill the Colossi one by one, try to stay out of range of Stalkers, and then your Marauders and Medivacs should be able to mop up the rest. Ooh, Planetary Fortress at the yellow minerals, the high yield minerals, shall we say, and that's going to give Strelok a big boost. There's an observer right outside there. Adel knows exactly what's going on there in terms of the economy, but he's just powerless to do anything about it. Well, I wouldn't say powerless. He's moving up his troops now, but as you can see, just the 3 Colossi. He's got a lot of troops on the ground, but not many Stalkers, and that's going to be crucial because Vikings picking off those Colossi, really, they're going to be unmatched in the air. Nothing to take them down, and I don't think that Strelok even has to engage his ground forces here. Just the Vikings alone would be enough to destroy those Colossus. Then he could send in the Marauders behind him. So definitely need to see some more anti-air there from Adel. He's got a few more Stalkers in there. There's about 6 now, so it's good that he's adding to his army composition that way and trying to complete the mix. Adel has his own 3rd base going up at the 5 o'clock position. Here it is here. And again, just late behind Strelok. It's not even in a high yield situation either, and all Strelok has to do is camp here. And if Adel is to push into this expansion, he's got not only the Planetary Fortress to contend with, but that's a massive Terran army there. What's the food count looking like? That's nearly maxed, if I'm reading that correctly. So pushing out now, looks like he's going to go straight into the base. Strelok smells the victory here. And all Adel can do is move in and hope for the best. But those Vikings going straight for the Marauders. Vikings go straight for the Colossi. And there's hallucinations popping up with a whole bunch of Void Rays. But Strelok's smart enough to ignore them. Just pumping out the Colossus, and that's game. So GG, guys. Hope you enjoyed this rare look at a StarCraft 2 game for me. Not too much of this. Don't expect too much more in the future. But if I can, I'll crank out the occasional replay. Thanks for checking it out, guys.